All right. That's a little bit Matthew McConaughey. I can't do that very well. Let's see. Hold on. All right. Welcome back, my witches, vampires, and humans of all ages. We're back. It's episode 4, Curiouser and Curiouser. Of course, this is a line taken from famous Into the Looking Glass, or whatever. You know, Alice in Wonderland. I think most of you know what I'm talking about. I'm gone already. It's 37 seconds in. You've kind of wasted your time. I apologize, but I thank you for being here. I thank you for coming and joining me and hitting that subscribe button, hitting that like button, leaving a comment. I'd like to give out a couple of shout outs, by the way. A couple of great people. Lisa L, you know who you are. You've been very sharing, been open with your thoughts. Thank you very much for that. I got a couple of other great comments, of course, on the last couple of episodes. I would love to get more. I would love to absolutely, talk and share ideas. And, I'm on a couple of pages, and I do this little YouTube channel, and, it's just my little passion here. My little, hey, let's talk about something that you love, because, some of the daily stuff might kill you. I don't know. Oh, the daily stuff, inflation, well, inflation's enough, I think. We've come to the point where inflation is enough. Yes, in some parts of the country, gas is over $4. So if you live in one of those places, wow. I don't know what to say. We're all feeling it. But inflation's become a little bit more about survival. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about survival. There's plenty of survival in this show, so let's get into it. We get Curiouser and Curiouser. This is 50 minutes, just about a 50-minute episode. It's probably more like around 44. Of course, you get the insider stuff depending on where you're watching. I watch usually on AMC Plus. Not a lot of news. Still not a lot of news. There's a lot of ratings and readings and reviews and people who have thoughts about, hey, this is not going so well like the book, or just not going like the book, period. Again, I'm not the book reader. I would love to, definitely. I want to get into it. I still want to start with Interview with a Vampire, which, again, I have not read. And I apologize to those who are the readers, because you're going to be like, oh, you don't know anything. You don't know anything. Tell me. Let me know. Leave it on the comments. There's a couple of things that I get wrong, and we're going to talk about that, too, because I love these shows. I love the Immortalverse, and I love some other shows that, of course, some of you have seen on my channel, but I like to talk about it. So let's get right into it. We're gonna start with this episode. Is basically this episode is, wow, did I spit? Look at that. This episode is the ramp up. This is like, listen, episode 1 and 2 were, hey, this is the backstory between these two women, mother and daughter, and everything that's happened, right? And it's a little slow. And then we get the introduction in episode 3. Hey, this is the introduction of Suzanne. And Suzanne is the, what I can only think of is, yes, the original witch. The original Mayfair witch. And we go all the way back to Scotland in the 1600s for that. So now it's still going towards that, but it's ramping up. I mean, for those of you, and I've read some of those comments where everyone was like, man, this is slow paced. Yeah, it's kind of slow. Why is it moving so slow? Listen, we're off to the races, my friends. We're off to the races, and it starts with Suzanne, and of course, the funeral. I was going to say the pagan dance, because it is a pagan dance, but really Suzanne is mourning someone, and the thing about it is, this is 2 funerals, because we have Deirdre's and whoever Suzanne is mourning. I don't remember her name. I don't know. I want to say it was the person that she was apprenticing under. So it might have been the other midwife. I didn't get a name. I apologize. But this is about a funeral and a pagan type of ritual. And really what it is that men didn't like the fact that women would cry and get all weird and grieve. Okay, so women, of course, went to the forest with other women to grieve someone that they loved. This is history, and this is why men thought women were witches. Come on, man. Really? Yes, it happened. It's horrible. I don't even know what to say after that, because it's the truth. It's what happened. And my guess is we will see more of this. We will see more of the reasons that, of course, women are labeled witches. Are they witches? You know, they use the herbs and, you know, they use a little bit of medicine. But, how do women know medicine? How do they get that? Only God has given us to us men. It must come from the devil. It must come from the devil. It doesn't come from there. It must come from there somewhere. I don't know. But, hey, seriously, guy, calm down. I mean, I can do it. Look, let's breathe. Let's come back. You know what? I didn't set up the music. What am I doing? We gotta hit up some of the scary sounds here, okay? We gotta breathe, and then we're gonna go with little bells. A couple bells. Yeah. Bells. So coming back, yes, we are seeing a woman grieve. We're seeing women grieve. This is very normal. And as usual, I say normal is boring, but this type of normal is like, come on, you couldn't even do that. Alright, I'm just getting the creepy off of you. So then we got Rowan having sex. Yes, Sip and Rowan just going at it. And I'm thinking to myself, how did this happen? I mean, this is real. And then he's got the key on. And you're thinking, wait, is that him? Is this real? Is that Lasher? And then wake up. And it was a dream sequence. But dude, they had me. They had me because I was like, yo. They got some moves there. They got some moves. So they wake up. Sip says, morning, this and that. It looks like Rowan wants to find out more about who Sip is. She shared a lot, and she literally says that she shared a lot. And Sip understands that why she was able to share a lot and why before she wasn't able to. And in this story, you can tell, Rowan has just lost one mother, then the second mother, and she's still finding out more about who she is, where she comes from, her powers, which is like, to a scientist, you're like, what? But again, I've said it in a different episode, for her, it was, I think, easier to accept because she could feel it, right? So this is a woman that feels her power. Everybody has been telling her that no, she's crazy. Everything that she's learned, scientific view says no. But when they tell her finally, yes, this is happening, she accepts it fully because she knows it is the truth. Good on you, Rowan. Good on you. Now, who is Cyprian Grieve? I don't know. We don't know. But a couple of great little comments here. And one of them is, of course, Rowan gets that maple syrup cork thingy. I guess you screw it in, you get some maple syrup. Okay, I've never been maple syruping before. I would love to. Would love to go to Canada. And why not? Good old maple leaves. But other people's memories are cleaner. Now, what is he trying to say with that? Is he trying to say that his own memories are dark? Is he trying to say that his gift makes his own memories maybe more painful? Maybe because he's then going back into that memory that he doesn't even want to see that memory. He touches something, it's like, no, I don't want this. It's too sad. Oh, we don't know, but it's a very interesting comment. Of course, Delphine is dead. Poor Delphine and Carlotta. What have you done? And Carlotta and her sister, what I can only say is her sister, and we're going to find a little bit more about that sister next time, but she says, where's the necklace? We don't know. Lasher's got it. Jack Houston. By the way, I'd like to say this about Jack Houston. No, he's not a Nepo baby. Let's just listen, witches, vampires, and humans. Nepotism is not something new. It's not a new concept. Apparently, some people are now outraged by some Nepo babies. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, apparently everybody's just been talking way too much. I'd just like to say, yes, he is the nephew of Angelica Houston. Yes, he is the grandson of John Houston, one of the best directors ever. But he's not a Nepo baby. You know what? He's a very talented actor. And I see him as Lasher, even though I have not read the books, of course. Most people are going to be like, I don't see him as Lasher, this and that. But you know what? He's tall, dark, and handsome. And he's devilishly handsome. Straight up. That's devilishly handsome. I think he's doing great. I'm going to leave it at that. So, Court does care. It looks like, Josephine, his daughter, which, by the way, great talented actress, trans actress. I believe her name is Jen something. Man, I really need to be more prepared sometimes. But really great. A really great scene, and it shows that Court cares. And I've said it before. I feel it. Court absolutely cares about his family. Of course, a lot of people are going to possibly say, nobody cares about the money and keeping his status. Listen, everybody cares about keeping the money and status. It's of course, the way that you do it. Now, judge not, lest ye be judged and all that good stuff. But we're going to find out more about Court, and from where I'm sitting right now, from what I'm watching, from what they're showing me. And let me just say, again, Harry Hamlin, amazing actor. He's got one of the best scenes coming up with Rowan. We'll talk about that, but I think he cares. I think, Court cares. Talking to Josephine, and she brings up whoever killed Deirdre will be punished. So wait, have you seen it? Okay, so Josephine apparently has some powers. The ladies have the powers, right? And the men, looks like they have money. But not so much, because as we find out later, the women in the family give all that they own to their daughters. Man, that's amazing. That is amazing. So, then we cut to, I'll be with you through the whole thing. It's Sip, and it's Rowan, and he's telling her, and I need to bring this up because he's not with her through the whole thing. But I need to say it. He says, I'll be with you through the whole thing, Sip. That's what he said. I'm just going to say that. Now, Court takes some hair, and we've got this lovely funeral scene. She walks in, Court's still with Deirdre. He's looking at, of course, the neck, and he takes something from that he's wearing himself. I believe it's a pocket square or something, and he covers that up. That is caring, man. And he literally said, "Now you're all beautiful." I wanted to cry a little bit because, he's the only one that has shown true emotion. Because you get Carlotta, didn't care about Deirdre. Keeps saying that she did, but she didn't. You get Lasher. We don't know if he truly cared or if he just cared about the power maybe that she could give him. We don't know. So yeah, Court cared, man. It's sad again. He cut some hair. We don't know why. Why are you doing that, Court? Well, maybe it's something dastardly. Or maybe not. We shall see. But then Rowan walks in, of course, and everyone immediately knows who she is. I mean, she looks very much like her mother as far as physique, as far as eyes, as far as hair. Of course, Annabeth Gish and Alexander Daddario do not look very much alike. I wouldn't say that they're mother and daughter, but a case could be made, possibly. So apparently Carlotta's having a little party later. She hasn't invited family. Josephine knows about it. We get... oh, Carlotta. Not even in death, Carlotta. Carlotta... The doors burst open, and here are nothing but rose petals on the day of the funeral of Deirdre. And we know it's Lasher. Everybody knows it's Lasher. And here's Carlotta. Not even in death will you let those petals touch Deirdre. Chick, what is up with you? I mean, personally, I would be amazed at the wonderment of it. Okay? So is Rowan. Just saying. But not even in death, man. So, Sip, it's not the whole time, because now you say, hey, they've called and they've caught the guy. Okay, they caught the guy. All right. Mind you, she's not very interested in the guy. Rowan wants to stay at the funeral, at the cemetery. And Sip goes off, and I gotta hand it to Alexander Daddario, because as of this point, when she goes from looking at Sip to then going into the cemetery and looking at her family and just ready and prepared, she has officially become this character. She is so present in that moment of, this is not a set. I am at a funeral and I am mourning my dead mother. She is there. She is in it. And it's a lovely thing to see because it's so believable. And I mean, hey, that's what acting is all about. believable scene, telling a beautiful story. This is, so far, I'm not sure if it's beautiful, but it's a great one. It's it's getting intense. But not even in death, Carlotta. But she's so natural. And then, the small reception. We get Carlotta's asking her about the small reception, and she says these words. I'm gonna pick it up because I have to read this. There's a few things of your mother's that you should have, Carlotta says. Translation, you own everything, Rowan, because that's the truth, Carlotta. You just don't want to say those words. You can go ahead, you can see the house where your mother lived. You mean the house you own? Yeah, Rowan owns it, baby. Come on. Hey, it's Carlotta. Monster, look at. So, girl leaves a letter. We get a cut to the girl, blonde girl, smaller, a teenage, young woman. She's leaving a letter, apparently to Deirdre. Family member. We get to find out who she is, of course, later. Then we go back, and, the coroner is, of course, taking some shots. And the coroner, I think, is some part of this brotherhood and witch hunters. It's going to be witch hunters. And by the way, I got to bring this up because, thank you, Lisa. I think you were trying to give it to me subtly. I didn't pick up on it. But, yeah, the Arizona murder that I've been thinking, oh, man, maybe there's some connection. Actually, the connection is to the brotherhood. I'm not sure if they call it the brotherhood, but it's the connection to the witch hunters, right? And apparently, they've been killing some women who they think are witches. Not all of them are witches. We'll see. So already they're assholes. Let's face it. So we get Carlotta, and Carlotta confesses. They're at the house. It's the small reception. Carlotta basically confesses, then she brings out pictures of Mama Fielding. She says, hey, I thought you wanted to see pictures of your mom. It's both their moms, right? And she confesses also you're grieving two mothers. And then she says, hey, there, Mama Fielding, she was one of our cousins. And yes, I'm the one who did it. I took you from Deirdre. Are you kidding me? I mean, listen. Talk about ballsy. The gall, man. Really the gall on this woman. Woo! So, Carlotta says something like, she wanted you to have a better life, and, Deirdre wanted this for you too. Deirdre wanted her daughter, okay? She wanted a better life. She wanted to be out of that house. She wanted not to be on your leash. So do me a favor, Carlotta. Shut up. Just gonna say it. Also, Carlotta, this is where I might maybe see it your way, because you say something that caught my eye. You say, when I was 8 years old, he offered himself to me. Okay, pedo, watch out. Getting some pedo vibes. It's the first time I've gotten pedo vibes from Lasher. I can tell you it's not going to be the last. It's not going to be the last, and we're going to get into that. But she said something like, your Deirdre wasn't as strong. Court comes in. Thank you, Court. Good on you. You brought the party. You brought the celebration, because you know what? Absolutely, life needs to be celebrated when it is gone, to remind us of how precious it is. Just going to leave it at that. But we then see, what's wrong with a little joy? I love it. I love it. Tessa, don't embarrass yourself. And then we get, we figure out that girl's name is Tessa. We find out a little bit more. Then we see Albrecht. So we're back at Talamasca. Sip meets Albrecht. Hey, I want you to read him cold. I think Albrecht might be somebody high and heavy on the Talamasca side. So maybe he's going to be connected. Maybe this isn't the first time we're going to see this actor in this particular show. Maybe he will cross over. We'll see. So we get the cold read, and the killer is being tortured. Mind you, I would like to bring up the fact that they are in a cell room, which looks like an interrogation room, of course, but it's soundproofed. And I'm talking every inch of this place is soundproof. I'm not sure if you witches and vampires got that, but it's soundproofed, top to bottom. I'm just gonna leave that there. So he was definitely hired. Sip touches him. He sees Lasher. Lasher basically kills that dude. Josephine, of course, said that something would happen. He would be punished, and he was. Then we get one of the aunts. I didn't catch her name, but she's she's saying about San Francisco. I was there in 1998 with my honey. If I knew, we would have visited you. Then we get to meet, of course, Tessa, who she calls the social justice warrior. All right, so it looks like, the little girl is up on some things, right? She's up on some things. She likes to fight the power. I don't know where it's coming. Now we get the history of the designees. Again, I think it's a great idea. 13 generations of women leaving everything to their daughters. I mean, that's amazing. In a male-dominated world, why don't we have more of that? Okay? Not every man, not every person, man, woman, whatever, is going to be rightly fitted for what you think. So why not go to the better person, the better fit? And they go with better fits, the designees. Why? Because they draw their power. Again, we don't know what the Mayfairs do. We don't know what their business is. We know they got power, we got influence, we got money, and we got witchcraft. But there's a whole history of women, This is very cool. She said something about no kids for me. She says, my patients are my kids. We're going to get to that. I don't know. That sounds a little weird. Court's upstairs. He's searching for what I think is the necklace. I assume he finds that meerschaum pipe. Meerschaum pipe, basically, there's always a story. It's adorned and it tells a story. Yes, I know that because of National Treasure. Yes. You can also Google it. So he didn't piss away his money. We got this great scene with Rowan, and Rowan is seeking out Court. It's not like Court set this up. A lot of people are going to talk about the manipulative Court, of course. A couple of book readers have told me already, and actually, I believe that his characters, like 2 characters put together. Again, someone commented on that, but she seeks him out. Rowan seeks him out, and they have a great conversation. I thought, if anything, is a great scene. It's probably one of the best scenes, if not the best scene that we get in this, except for, Carlotta and Rowan also. The pairings between, in this episode, Carlotta and Rowan, or Rowan and Court, Harry Hamlin, Beth Grant, just amazing actors, amazing. And they feed off each other, and Alexander Daddario's energy, and where she's going, and where they're taking her, and is Lasher a gift? Is he a demon? Is he a devil? Did you ask him? No matter what, Rowan decides Court will probably go with it. Either way, I think is beneficial to him. He'll find a way. But let me give it up to Court, because this whole thing about... Let me give you a rosary. Let me give you something of your mother's. The rosary? The rosary, Carlotta? Listen, from the first episode, we know this woman doesn't... Deirdre would go to confession, and the priest himself knew that she wasn't gonna do no Hail Marys. Listen, those of you who are devout Catholics, I apologize. Your faith is your faith. You can be spiritual, religious, it's whatever you believe. Hopefully you're not believing in hate. That's my number one thing. Believe in hate, get out. Stop watching right now. We're 24 minutes in. You can go home. Bye. If you're hating. I'm just not about that. So, he didn't piss his money away. Carlotta gives her Rowan the rosary. I apologize. And it's just, he's right. She's playing the victim. She's lying again. She's using her manipulative ways, which quite frankly are more dreadful, in my opinion, than whatever Cortland can do. Well, we'll see. Then we get Sip. He's looking for some records. The Haitian or the Dutch? What does that mean? I don't know. Then we get Rowan. She's looking in the antique kaleidoscope. There's a lot of magic everywhere in the house, and it's leading her towards her mother's room. As soon as she enters, she knows this was my mother's room. She's never been in it. But she knows. There's an instinct. Then she sees the necklace, and instinctively, she's like, puts on the necklace. Why? Because she knows it was her mother's. Now, whether or not you could say it was she was attracted to it because of Lasher, because of what she's already found out. I mean, the necklace was mentioned when Josephine was going through the whole, hey, this is our family tradition, and every one of them was wearing that key necklace with that emeralds. And again, for those book readers, thank you for letting me know. Apparently, the emerald is the doorway. It opens the doorway, and something about the 13th witch. And you're gonna kill me. You're just gonna be like, this guy's crazy. I apologize. I'm so sorry. But I'm sorry. Coincidentally, I have to bring it up because then we get to the rosary, the necklace. Carlotta sees the fact that the rosary is on the floor. She knows from this point she's already failed with Rowan the way she feared that she had failed with Deirdre. So they go into the dinner table, and then Sip is looking over diaries, talking about the key, this and that, and then coincidentally, Rowan sends him a picture of that key. And automatically, Sip, you are a smart character because you know something's going to go down, something is wrong, and you say, I'm going over. Good on you. Sip, again, I have to mention it, all the good decisions that Rowan makes are connected to Sip. Will they get together? Probably. Will it be forever? I don't know. I don't know. Apparently this character doesn't even exist in the books, so we'll see. But I gotta tell you, man, look, all of this is horrible. So I'm not even gonna look at what I wrote because I can remember. What happens is Carlotta thinks that she is righteous. You know, in my opinion, these are the types of people that twist the idea of God to fit their convenient little lives. Maybe she was abused. Maybe there's something there. You know, a lot of people have told me, hey, well, Carlotta had no choice. No. There's always a choice. Which one we make says a lot about who we are. So, no. Okay? This chick's next choice is to sit Rowan down, have a dinner, and of course Rowan has a drink. This is probably her second one. She reaches for that red wine. And this chick's choice is to start blathing about Stella, Antha, Deirdre, and Rowan for Rowan save her soul, and then poof, just sets the whole thing ablaze. Are you kidding me? Are you, what? That's not even what hold on. Are you kidding me? What? You self-righteous little pissant. Wow. All right, now that that's out of the way, it's a great scene. And thank you, Beth Grant. And then, of course, we know that Sip's trying to get in, and, you know, there's that knife. And, man, that's a knife, man. That's not a knife. That's a knife, you know? If anybody has seen any Crocodile Dundee, this thing is... Yay. Wow. Sip opens the door, runs right into it. I mean, I want to say it's lower left. I don't know. Listen, that's how it ends. That is the end. It's very interesting. Interesting words that come from Lasher, because one of the last things is we see him and we see Carlotta, and he says, "She's mine now." Let's do that again. Hey, Motor City Nerds, this is for you. She's mine now. Because apparently I'm giving off Lasher vibes. Thank you, by the way, for the comment. I mean, I hope it's a compliment. I hope it's not the whole demonic thing. I'd like to say it's devilishly handsome. Yes. I don't know, but thank you. Thank you very much. Great episode. Bringing us into, it's gonna be great, episode 5. My lord, I have wasted 29 minutes of your time. I thank you for still being here. I haven't even said who I am. I'm the Mad Fool, because only the Mad Fool would keep you along for 30 minutes on a show he doesn't even show you scenes on. Vampires, Witches, still working on that. I'm still working on that, all right? I will get to it. In fact, I have kind of toiled with the idea of doing them all as watches, but then those would be way too long. I mean, We'll see. Someone tell me something. Someone tell me something about what you think possibly I could do with that, because I have seen, reaction videos. I usually leave the reaction videos. I have done one before, and I've done it at the end, at the finale, of course, the season finale, which this will have, and it's probably going to be episode 8. So thank you for, again, watching me. I am the Mad Fool, and this is Raves and Rants of a Mad Fool. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit the share button. Please comment. You don't have to like what I'm doing. In fact, if you don't like it, you can unlike it too. The point being, I'm just an idiot with a camera, and if you want to join in and talk about beautiful, lovely storytelling and things that I love, that hopefully you love too, I would love to do that. I'd love to interact with you, and I thank you again for sharing time with me. So have a great night.